Hunters because I didn't even make a promo.
Jesus Christ! What can't you make
I know, but I had a long week at work. It was a rough one. Like I had to actually do works a lot, lots of like actually doing work and not reading comics at work. And then on top of that, I had to get up today and do the sale. I had bought new books. I had to bag and board all those. It was hard. I want everybody to feel really sorry for me and my hard.
I want you to on Sunday night or something start doing this every day. I
had to work Sunday night.
What?
I had to work this Sunday night.
You get like 5 seconds. You can make a little thing. I've seen you do it right here while we're sitting here.
Yeah, but they're not nearly as good as if I put a little bit of time into it.
All right, I got issues. Titus, konnichiwa, Dennis Tran, the best damn helper in the world. I'm not gonna call him secretary like you do, but it's Superior Hero Reviews. What's happening in Captain Comics? Hello. So, something I have not shared with my fellow hunter here is that this is officially, I counted it one by one. Then after I counted, I realized I'm a moron. I could have just looked at how many live videos I had. And it said I counted them because it says like, 1 of 70 or whatever. This is our number 60 episode of The Hunters. We've done 60 of these things.
60?
60. Yes.
So that means in 9 episodes, we'll be at number 69.
Yeah. I think you have your volume up a slight bit because I can hear something talking.
Who, me?
Yeah, like on your computer maybe.
The only speakers I have are right here.
Oh, okay.
The only mic I have is right here. Does it sound better if I do this? Or this? Or this? Does it sound even better when I do this?
Glitter duct tape. What is happening, my friend?
Does that sound like that still?
No,
did that help?
That did.
That did?
Yep. All right.
Now I can hear.
Still going. I am going to are getting ready for people to come in here. I'm going to go over some comic book and nerdy type news.
Nerd news.
Surprising. Okay, Peter Parker, I'm about to mute you. A surprising venture just lifted Thor's hammer. Apparently, if you read the Thor that's going on, the surprising venture, I'll give you a hint though. It's, I haven't even read it, and I bet you it's probably the one that they keep making everything about right now. And I understand his real life, and it's not even him. It's the guy who played him that died. So I'm assuming it's Black Panther lifted it because that probably is what happened. Marvel reveals one of its young heroes is a traitor. The Watchman. Man, the Watchman guy, was it Alan Moore? Is that his name? That guy, like, he just talks a lot. He has an opinion about everything, that dude. He says new voices will help comics, but I read the article. He kind of thinks that Marvel and DC are basically done for. So you need new avenues to pop up.
Man, that gets so old. Everybody talking about like comic books are dead. It's the 90s. It's just like the downfall of the 90s. I'm so tired of that. People are going to buy comics. They're going to collect comics forever.
And Marvel is delaying the new Eternal series until 2021. That's not that surprising, though, probably.
Yeah, it's not that far away if you really think about it. It's only a few months. And
the Transformers Beast Wars gets an IDW series in time for its 25th anniversary. Transformers Beast Wars on the download there is amazing. I used to watch that as a kid with my dad. It's probably not held up well because it was like computer cartoon graphics, but it was one of the things I used to watch with my dad. So,
I used to own the Beast Wars toys where they all locked together and made the one really big one. I thought that was pretty awesome, and then I sold it for way less money than it was worth because I didn't know any better.
Yeah. What's up, Southern Comic Geek? And then Amazon Invincible teaser trailer got released. I actually saw that. I wanted to be like boring, but it actually looks like it could be good.
I thought it was pretty good looking. Yeah.
I was like, who cares? And then I'm like, you know what? That's actually DC reveals Batman's mysterious new enemy. Hello, money grab DC. Not to be a jerk, but
there's another one.
Apparently there's another one.
Clown Hunter, or they haven't said yet.
I have no idea.
Oh, come on, Mom! I want to go kill clowns.
That's what DC does. So you guys get ready. I'm not really seeing too much other stuff. Most of it's just stuff that I will like accidentally give away, probably. As far as like, I read a few of these, and they're all like what happened the latest, like X-Men. So I don't want to give that away.
Does it say anything about? I heard in our chat at the sale today something about the dude from the Twinkly Vampire movie that's going to play Batman. Like got hurt. Did he get hurt in filming or? Like it was the first I'd heard about it, and we were busy, so I never really got to get into it.
He got COVID at one point. I'm pretty sure. Maybe that's what they were talking about.
Oh, maybe that's it then.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he got the COVID. Let's see. Hey, Funk is here. Funk comments. And then Southern Comedy, Alan Moore has so much hate toward the industry. He's always going to be grumpy. He is. Like I should share my page. And this little thing I was getting the news from, like 6 of the 8 were like comments he was making from like, I don't know, like everyone sucks to like, it was bad. Like here's just a few of the little hits that he did on this one thing. Superhero movies blighted the culture. Basically all Batmans have sucked since Adam West. That's
so he really likes the camp stuff then, like the goofy Batman.
Like, he just hated everything.
Is he the guy that wrote Batman 66, like the comic?
No, I don't know. He wrote freaking The Watchmen is who Alan Moore wrote. I don't know.
Yeah, I know he's a writer, so if that's the Batman that he likes,
it would be great. Batman's new. It doesn't matter because they're going to make sure that you get a pre-showing of him or her, whoever the new villain is. Then there's going to be the first appearance, and then there's going to be the first appearance, and then the second appearance, and they'll probably tease that there's actually another appearance in another book, so that way you'll go and buy all those up. That's what DC's going to do right there. I got a feeling. So, what have you been up to this week, Barbarian Kung Fu?
That's what DC's going to do.
Well, I had
Thanks.
That was weird. I had a lot of issues with my work, so I did a lot of working over the past week.
With you people.
I got called in. Like I got called in to work on one of my days off, and then I tell you about my COVID day, my Friday that I'm supposed to have off, but because of the COVID thing, they give it off, but they pay us. And I got called in, told I had to work that day too. So I ended up working an extra day, working all of my days that I'm supposed to be working on, non-pandemic stuff. But it was all because of a big thing happened, and they needed extra help to try and wrangle everything in. And so it was just a pain in the ass. Really, I didn't get a lot of time to do anything since the last show. Well, I've literally only had 2 days since the last show to go do anything. And so it was a long week.
So Telecom Geek asked about my kids' fingers. Yes, my youngest one. I was upstairs trying to sell comic books, and he decided to go outside. So I very calmly reached out and said, "Hey, bud, don't forget, don't go outside," because he's our youngest. Because nobody's out there to watch it. He said, "Okay, Dad," and he came in, and I don't know. I still don't know how he did it, but he had his hand on this, but at the same time he was spinning to slam the door as hard as he could because he's 5 and they're weird, and he didn't move his hand fast enough, and it's a bleeder. It was a bleeder for a while.
It popped like a grape.
Look at the wife came home and I was able to pass it off.
But I did want to mention, though, I don't know how many people are actually watching The Walking Dead. I've been watching it since season 1, and I read all the comics and everything. So I'm a pretty big fan of The Walking Dead. The show, not so much as the comic, but I do like the show. It's just 2 different things. You got to separate the 2. But they have this. I'm really confused with the way that they're lining up the seasons nowadays, because they'll do 5 episodes, and then they'll take a 3-month-long break, and then they'll do 5 more episodes that is the continuation of the season. So I'm not sure this last episode if that was the season finale, because it was 4 or 5 weeks from the episode before that when this one took place. So I don't know if this is the beginning of another season. But if you haven't watched the most recent episode and you're watching it, it's a good one, good place to get in on it. If you read the comic, it's kind of everything's getting reeled in right now to where it's like getting close to what the comic actually was at.
I couldn't find the story, but there was a story that said that they gave away the season finale or something. Like, I don't know. I guess the fans are mad because they gave too much information, didn't leave enough of a cliffhanger, I guess, or something. I didn't read the story because I don't watch.
Wow, that's. I mean, I don't. If you've read the comic and when you watch this, I'm not going to say anything about it because I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't seen it. But if you've read the comic, then the way that this last episode ends, like it'll all make sense to you. And it's not the same as in the comic, obviously, because they got to make it different for the show, be more visually moving, visually dramatic, I guess. But I thought it was fine. Like, I liked it. I didn't think it was bad at all. And it totally sets up for the next story arc that comes after the walkers, the skinwalker people, you know. It sets it all up for that next story arc that was in the comics. So I liked it. But I have heard this is going to be the last season for it. And they started that new Walking Dead spinoff where it's like in the universe of the Walking Dead, but it's like years later, and it's on the West Coast where it's, I don't know, there's like towns that have been, if you watch the show, there's like the helicopter with the little symbol, the circles, the 3 circles. It's like more involved with all that stuff, which is all totally made up. It has nothing at all to do with the comics. 100%. This is all cinematic universe made up stuff.
Issue says he believed the showrunner confirmed that the next season will be the last. And I'll go on record and say I don't like it when shows based on comics drastically change the character storylines. I will say this. I saw an interview. It was the last season that I watched. It was also the last season they got like crazy ratings on The Walking Dead. And they started doing all kinds of cute shit with the characters and made everyone mad. But they didn't have a choice. Like I know that I mean, eventually you guys start killing off some of the fan favorites because people don't want to be on the same show for 25 years. So
that's the whole thing with comics, between comics and real life live action, is the comic characters, they don't have deals. They don't have, you know, like whatever contracts that they have to fulfill. So like as the drawer and the writer can write that character until they feel like writing them off. Whereas in cinematic universe, they get to a point where they're like, I'm done. I don't want to play Glenn anymore. And so they kill Glenn.
But it was funny because they were talking to, what's his name? The creator of The Walking Dead. What the hell's that dude's name? Kirkman. And he was like, he was bragging on one of the shows I was watching one time that show could go on forever. He doesn't see it ever ending. That he could just keep writing stuff for the show, even if the comic book ends.
Yeah.
And it was like the very next season, like half the actors wanted off and all this stuff. I was like, well, that shit really. I think he even ended up suing them too. Like that shit went sideways real fast.
Yeah, that dude's a character. Like I really like Robert Kirkman. He's really interesting. If you ever get a chance, there's a lot of YouTube videos where people interview him, and unless you're like into Robert Kirkman, you've probably never even paid any attention to him. But he's actually a funny guy, and he has like a sense of humor that I like.
And full of celebrities here. We got Comic Head. We got DK Comics Cosplay. Of course, we have Issues in here, which is still shocking. That's like 3 weeks in a row she's been.
I know, it's 2 shows in a row he's joined us on.
I don't even understand what's going on there.
Oof.
Let me jump on the video game news real quick. Popular video game platform Roblox. This is for you, Issues. I know that you know what a Roblox is because of your daughter. Announces a public offering, and it's assumed that the company value will be at $8 billion.
Let's get in low. That way we can sell high. We can make our fortune on Roblox.
There's not a lot of other stuff because stuff's about to come out. Cyberpunk's coming out. That's gonna be awesome. But don't forget, I think starting at 12 o'clock Pacific time, Prime Day, if you're an Amazon Prime member, starts. So you'll be able to get the sweet deals on like I think last year was mainly just Amazon products, so like Amazon Fire Sticks and
oh really
and stuff. Yeah.
I'm a Prime member. Oh yeah, all day.
Kachunga's passed out. That son of a gun.
Yeah, live fast, sleep early.
They did. They did replace Aunt Viv. I remember that. I remember that when I was a kid. I remember saying Aunt Viv don't look right. Like, who is this lady? Like, I remember seeing that when I was a kid. I was like, that don't look like the same lady. All right. So
nowadays it does. Like what he's saying back in the day might not have, but nowadays, if you have a person who wants to stop being the actor, they either change the entire thing like 007 or they freaking just kill them off. They don't want to have them no more.
Oh, and this one I hear, I know people like Terrence Howard, but I really, if you go back and watch the original Iron Man, I think the original Rhodes, that dude was awesome. Like, I really like that guy. I like the way he played.
Yeah. He was the dude from Hustle and Flow, right?
Yeah, I think so.
It's hard out here for a pimp, man.
I hope they recast Black Panther. Still give a character that just right off. Yeah, Black Panther himself is good. You'd have to. I would be afraid of how. I'm just concerned how they're going to do it because this even how Marvel's responding right now with like making like retroly making Black Panther. He did everything before. Like he lifted apparently Thor's hammer and he walked on water and he made rainbow shoe out of his ass. I just hope that in the movies they don't like try to overdo it, like because I think it could get corny. Do you know what I mean? Like it's sad that this actor died, but if they overdo it to like make up for it or something, it could get real corny and then it would be bad. Like they need to make
they could totally just start making Shuri the Black Panther. That's the no-brainer go-to. Like this is what we do from here.
I mean,
give her the suit. I mean, she's smart enough that she could do all the stuff that needed to be done, and she can fight. You know, she's been trained.
I've heard somebody say before, the guy who played Killmonger, he did a good job, and you could find a way to rewrite that where he could. Like it's not a great fit, but you could rewrite that. But I do think that
you have to like bring him back from the dead.
Yeah, that is the right. I mean, you could do it. It's freaking comic books, but
yeah, if they use him as, T'Challa and not as Killmonger, it would be really weird to see him as T'Challa in the next movie.
No. It would just have to be the next mantle of the Black Panther. You would make him the same character. But I mean,
now they could retrofit it like where they take him and make him like older or younger and use a totally like if you made an older T'Challa and you got like Idris Elba to play T'Challa, 30 years down the road from what he was in the last movie and then set everything like in the future, or you get an even younger one because they never like he's already got the suit when they introduced him in the MCU. He just wasn't king yet. He was still the Black Panther though.
Yeah, it's funny because my wife doesn't have very many opinions on comic books, obviously, or movies. But when they
Old Man Panther,
when they get the comic books ready. Old Man Panther's coming. When they decided to make Falcon Captain America, or at least that was the rumors, I told her she was like super upset because she thinks he was like funny and like he was good as the Falcon, and she was like, but he's good. He's like funny, but he's like, brave and stuff. And I think he's always a good little side thing that's on the side right there. Like, I think he's a great character. Why make him the Captain America? And I was like, I mean, in the comics, he had his moment too. Like, I don't think he's done enough Falcon. Like, he hasn't even made his own movie or anything. And I was like, because she's really big. She thinks she likes that character. I was like, well, they don't throw that away and just.
I'm going to give you an example of how really small, like petty things just like irritate me. In that movie when like he comes up and he's going to get the shield from old man Cap, and Bucky tells him, go on up there. He's standing up there. If you ever look at him, he's got like this laser cut beard that's like not in the right spots on his face. It doesn't follow his jawline. It just bugged the shit out of me. And every time I watch it, that's all I can look at is like his beard is too high. It looks like somebody painted it on. And so like, I don't like him. They need a different guy. No, get rid of him.
Well, the rest of you, when you watch that scene, you can also look at his laser tight beard.
It is. It's like laser honed, sharp edges. No, that's what OCD will get you.
I think here's my thing. I think Namor, Marvel could do it because they can pull it off. Because Captain America, if you think about it, should have been some corny ass shit, and it was walking on that line. If you go back and watch the original Captain America movie, you're walking that line of some corny ass shit, and they always pull it back, right? So it's not annoying. And I feel Namor could be that. That's got corny shit written all over it because they're going to do a bunch of CGI and stuff. It's just kind of like the Aquaman thing.
I think
But
it all would pivot on how they make his little wing feet.
yeah,
Like how they make those is going to make make or break the movie. If they make them wrong, it's going to look just so dumb.
but because Aquaman kind of worked, although you know, I don't know how well it worked because they had that he's the giant walking sex muscle that played Aquaman, and so he can pretty much pull off any scene he wants to.
What's up, Stay Puff?
Oh, Stay Puff's in here. God dang, man, I'm telling you right now, we just got celebrities up there.
Is there just like nothing else on YouTube right now? Are we the only option?
I agree with this though, issues. I do think this was always kind of a plan. So I think it's a horrible way to make her a bigger thing, but I think it just makes sense, like Barbarian was saying, for everything that Marvel wants to do. Even if you just want to like do that whole just clicking diversity for the sake of clicking it, like it just totally makes sense for everything. Like she's a good character. She's
been in 2 movies or 3 movies now.
The movies,
so she's been in multiple movies.
And you can just, and it's, I mean, who else would take over in a family situation like that? It just makes sense.
Yeah.
I agree. I do think that she needs to be put in, like you said, rushing her in. I do think she needs to be put into a movie where they introduce that like separately, like in a side movie, and not like Black Panther 2, and then she just gets it and runs with it. I do think it would be nice to ease her in some side movies first.
Kind of like the whole, like when, what's her name? The Rescue, where Rescue shows up in Endgame. Like you kind of alluded to it with the helmet at the beginning of Endgame. And like everybody that reads comics knew that like that Rescue was an option. But then like when they popped her in there, like you already knew like this was something that could potentially happen because we know the suit's there. We know that she can get it. So it could have been something like that.
Yeah, there's just no way. The only other option, I hear what you're saying. The only other option, though, because there's no way. Like, first off, Black Panther, just in merchandising, there's no way Disney and is going to let that go nowhere. That's not going to happen.
No, yeah.
So the other thing that also could be, honestly, for the sake of merchandising, they might need to keep it a male, just because there's a lot of boys in the world who love Black Panther, and not saying girls wouldn't switch over, but when it comes to buying toys, when it comes to Halloween costumes, all that kind of stuff, I think that cash cow that is the Black Panther, from what I saw at like Halloween and stuff, that'd be hard.
I mean, we got X-Men now can get into the MCU, so they could move forward enough to where you got freaking Storm and T'Challa like married already, and that would be years after what happened already, and they could introduce a new actor to play him, find somebody that could pull it off.
I think that
whether they get somebody that looks like him or they just get somebody else that can act well,
I think
but they could move it far enough away,
but I do
throw enough stuff in, make it take away. They could kind of distract you from the fact that it's a different guy by throwing in a whole new situation. Kind of like they did with Iron Man with the new Rhodey.
Look! Come on now,
little Black Panther.
He'll do it. Little Black Panther. Yeah, I think they're gonna try to maybe work her. They might try what they might try to do. Honestly, like as we were saying before, they might do a movie, make her like they're gonna have to address the fact that he died, right? I assume they're not gonna pretend like he didn't die. I assume that's crazy, but if they address that he died, they can give it to her for a couple of movies and see how the fans react, Not that they really care how the fans react, honestly, but if they did and she's not doing it, then it could be something where the ancient spirits talked and they just went a different way.
Yeah, let's see, like read what Funk said. How many different Supermans or how many different Spider-Mans have there been? There's been like 3 Peter Parkers at least. And I've never read too much of the Black Panther comics, but I know that Shuri becomes Black Panther at some point.
Bub is always gonna give you one. It was like Eddie Murphy coming to America. Yeah, I will say that I have heard somebody say something about the coming to America part before. But all right, so did you get some books this week?
Oh yeah, I bought a bunch of stuff. Not a bunch of stuff, but I got a bit. Probably enough since you probably didn't buy anything, I'm assuming. Or did you get something from me?
I got something from you in the mail.
Oh, so that kind of counts.
And I do have stuff. I do have other things.
Okay, so I have this in the bag, and I have this in the box, and I have a stack. What do you want first?
Whatever.
Okay, I'll show you this first. Some of these books, we're always talking about bingo on Fridays, going and playing bingo on Gino Bonino's channel.
Oh, yeah. You guys, shout out Gino Bonino. Is it always on his channel?
It was last week. It's going to flip flop between him and Jay Blitz. It's
Okay,
going to go back and forth.
You guys haven't had a chance to play let's say tic-tac-toe.
Bingo. It's bingo for books.
Bingo. That was fun, dude. I said
I told you, man. I've been telling you. I've been saying it like I've been in there since the first one, and it really is fun. I suck at it. Like I am a horrible bingo player, and I always get the same card for some reason. They always say you're going to get a new card every week that they always randomize. I get the same card every week, and I still lose every week. Never even come close. But if you go this Friday, I think it's going to be on Jay Blitz's channel. I'm donating these first 3 books right here. This is going to be one of the prizes that you'll be able to win for one of the rounds. And the whole thing's free. Like when you don't pay to play bingo, you just go there and you say, hey, I'm here. Can I get a card? They give you a card for free. The whole thing, it's all a community support type of thing. You can donate books. You can send them money. Like it costs them money to do it. They got to pay to set up the game and to get the cards. They get X amount of cards for whatever the money is that they pay. So they tell you, you can donate money or you can pay for the rounds, pay for not the rounds. You can, donate books. You can offer to pay shipping. Like you can donate whatever, send them $10 for shipping. They put the books up. You pay for the shipping. It's fun though. That's the whole thing. You go there, you have fun with a bunch of people that you like. You hanging out with your friends that are virtual on the internet that you don't really ever get to go and hang out with. And so you hang out with them and you play bingo and laugh at me for fucking losing so much. But these 3 books right here are going to be my giveaway for the next one. You got Cry for Dawn.
You got to tell me before you put stuff like that up. Right?
That's it's a Dawn book. It's this is the second print. I think this is a one shot because I don't see a number on it, but you got Cry for Dawn, and then you got this nice Dawn number 1. Not sure which series this is.
People would rather see this than my ugly mug. So let me just, matter of fact, I might just do this. There you go.
There you go. So that'll go up, and then this is the Wizard Dawn Genesis edition. And then because I was so small before, this is the other book that's going to go in there. Cry for Dawn. Second print. So these, like, if you go in there and play, potentially you could win these for free just for showing up and hanging out and having fun playing frickin' bingo like old folks.
Glitter and Duct Tape said those are impressive artwork that she would like to.
Yeah, it's very artistic. But I got those books and I got these books from this little, it's like it's almost like an antique store, but he deals in toys and comics. And he, oddly enough, the dude has like an entire room full of like Nazi and World War II memorabilia. It's kind of disturbing to be in that part, but he has like the best comic and toy section. His toy section is freaking, it's insane. He's got everything.
Pictures of that.
I have sent you pictures of it. In fact, you said you wanted a certain Star Wars toy. He has 2 of them, one in the box, one out of the box.
No, I don't want them. He likes them a lot. He likes them a lot.
Well, it's not a cheap toy. I mean,
no,
it's not Goodwill I'm going to. This is Lady Rawhide number 3.
Jesus
Adam Humes cover.
What kind of a comic book store is this? Do all the comic books come out in brown bags?
Yeah. Adam Hughes. Thought that was pretty cool. I got this just because I'd never seen it before, and I was like, "That is too cool."
Okay. Now that might have to go in my box.
Super bad James Dynamite.
That is pretty awesome.
And I got this is Kamui number 1. He had that. These were $1 each too. It's not like I paid a lot for them. Oh, and then the last one. This is a Street Fighter 4, number 3.
You got to know how to stack your books. You either end with a girl with her ass bent over, or you end up with the Afro book. You don't end with Street Fighter. Good Lord. That's a good ending book.
Yeah, that's a cool Adam Hughes cover though. And then there's always this one too. Got that there. I'll show you these real quick. I got these from an auction. It was the key unit auction.
Yeah, I know the conversation continuing about the this stuff. Issues is throwing down. Shockingly, Issues is opinionated.
Oh, you mean he's still going? I can't believe it.
He's throwing down fire. He's doing a good job. He's holding down the chat. I think MCU, they're going to be fine, I assume, but they're in a precarious position though, because now they have to worry about Black Panther, Captain America. Oh, that's a good book.
Got another one of those. This was all a lot that I bought from the same guy.
To worry about. They have to worry about Iron Man. I mean, there's a lot of weird stuff about to happen over there.
This one didn't come with a board in it. Don't really understand that, since I figured it's a comic book. You were going to bag and board it, right? But I don't know. Guess I shouldn't complain ever about anything because apparently I'm always wrong. Newsstand right there, buddy. I don't have a newsstand one, so I jumped on this.
Yeah, nice.
It's very spider webby. But I bought this whole lot because of this book right here, and I know he didn't say that it was a 9.8. He just said that it was a high grade, probably 9.4, hadn't been pressed or cleaned or anything. And so I bought it hoping that it was something that I could maybe press it and get, a 9.8 out of. But there's a spine tick on it that breaks color that's probably about, just over 1/4 inch, maybe 3/8 of an inch long. So there's no way it's going to get a 9.8, but it's a ASM 365 newsstand.
Oh, nice.
Really hope that this was going to be, I could get a 9.8 out of it, but never going to happen. This book is going freaking insane at a 9.8 graded copy right now. For some reason, people are paying like $1,000 for it. It's crazy. But he also threw in a direct copy to go with it.
Comics Mix explain. Did you just shit on Michael B. and Paul Walker within 2 seconds of each other? Like, there are 15-year-old girls that would hunt you down, sir. I like it though.
And then he threw in this too. So this is actually a book that I really wanted, and he just threw this in at the end after the auction ended. So I was like, hey, that's cool. I like that. Michael V. I think that's who it was. It was in the key auction. I think that was his name, Michael V. Bunch of good books. I didn't pay that much for. I mean, it breaks down to like $10 or $11 for each one, so it wasn't too bad. These are the books that I bought from my comic shop. I filled up a short box. You can't see it. It's down here. I filled up a short box to sell, books to try and sell so I can make some money so I can buy my comics. And some of them I keep, like this awesome book right here.
You can throw that damn book in the trash can.
Let's just keep that right there.
Well, it's not.
I wish it was boarded because now I have to like hold it just right. We're just gonna hold that low. Wait, who's that? Who's that up here?
Dude, he's the worst.
Right there.
That's the one I'm actually curious about the most. Issues is Wolverine. Man, that guy's played Wolverine for like 102 years. I don't know who the hell's gonna play it after him.
It's a House of Mysteries. Number 234. 234 for $1. These are some good Sienkiewicz covers. It's Gotham by Midnight.
Maybe we could just all agree that Ryan Reynolds is the worst actor and he could only play Deadpool because that was the only freaking role he was ever meant to play.
Maybe we can all agree that you're just jealous that he has so much tastier abs than you.
There's no doubt that he's a walking actual superhero. And yes, partially jealous, but he's also horrible.
He's not horrible. You're horrible because you think all these bad things about him when he's actually super awesome.
There's a lot
These
of
are all Sienkiewicz covers. I don't buy DC, so I don't ever know when shit like this comes out. But they're pretty good. Like that one. Sienkiewicz doing some zombie looking stuff.
Yeah, that's a cool one. He's the best when he's doing that stuff.
See, I like stuff like this where it's almost like snowy covers.
Yeah.
It's a little hard to read. But you get it if you had it in front of you, it would be a little bit clearer and easier to read. But that's Sienkiewicz for you. Set those over here. This was in there, plunge number 6. I don't know how I missed plunge number 6, but this was in the dollar bin. So how could I not buy it for $1? I got number 3, Spider-Man Unlimited, which I never have ever owned before. So I have number 1. I already had number 2, and now I got number 3. And I can get this signed by Ron Lim next time I see him, and then I'll have all of them signed by Ron Lim. This was some other weird, like it's called Lot 13. Maybe I don't know if anybody's ever heard of that or not, but I saw this in there and I passed it over. I know it's some kind of like zombie story, but then I found the next book, number 5. This is number 3. But then when I found number 5, I looked on the back of it, and I don't know if somebody did this a long time ago or if somebody was trying to like sneak it in there, but somebody put a copy of Descender number 1 on the back. Oh, and so rather than just take this out of the bag and buy this, I was like, I'll just get those 2. So I got all 3 of them. And then this is Marvel Comics Presents number 12. It's got Man-Thing hanging out there on the top. So I picked that up.
And that's fine that Ryan Reynolds signed an 8-movie deal. I just don't want him to ever make another movie unless he's playing Deadpool, because he's been that same annoying smartass in every movie he's ever played in. I don't give a damn what it is. It was a romantic comedy. He was a romantic comedy smartass.
He was good in Van Wilder.
Oh wow, a fucking smartass, like obnoxious child. Wow,
this is a cover swipe of that X-Men first. What's his name? You guys know. Put it in the chat. I can't remember. It's an X-Men book. Neil Adams did it. First appearance of somebody. And then the last part I got here, this is number 2 through 5 of Green Arrow, the Kevin Smith run. I already had number 1.
Oh shit!
I had never got.
She's always telling me to read, and haven't.
Yeah. I'd never found any of the other ones, but I seen these in there, so I went ahead and got them. And oddly enough, in a totally different spot, I found a copy of number 1 and a number 2, which this is number 2. But I already have a number 1, so number 1 and number 2 are both in my thing to sell. So if anybody's looking for number 1 and number 2, hit me up, and I can sell it to you, and I can make all your dreams come true. But, the last thing I'll show here is just this, just so that I can remind you. I'm just going to hold this up here from...
What Excalibur issue was that? Look. The audience is asking for something.
It's this one.
No, what Excalibur issue?
Why? Does somebody want to steal it? Are they going to steal it from me? It's number 49. Yeah, it's a pretty cool cover, right? I like it. I pick up these books like they're comic-gory books. I totally only pick them up because someday I was supposed to be on comic-gories, but I know things happen, and I don't hold nuts. I'm just fucking around. Like I'm just totally joking. But I was told I was going to be on comic-gories one day, so I literally always pick up books that could be on comic-gories. So I got like 20 different Wreck the Trade Dress kind of books. Even though I already know the one I'm going to use is this freaking Power Pack book over here, but I still buy other ones.
All right. So before Issues goes 99 for the night, takes his pill like grandma and goes to sleep. Let me do this. So I got I got a package from Barbarian, and it's on Instagram, but it's this sweet book.
Yeah. Oh, I remember these now. Okay. You want to see my copy?
He said he was a kid. It's got this sweet 70s, like still inspired by drug usage artwork inside of it.
Still inspired by.
See,
where's my
Warriors, man. So I got that. I also got some other books that he put through in there.
This is the one I've had since I was a wee lad. A wee lad.
This is Star Wars Chewbacca 2 of 4. I got Star Wars Jedi Academy Leviathan. I actually asked. This is one of the first new books I've actually asked somebody to pick up for me, and it was the Batman 3 Jokers.
It's got the card in the back too that everybody couldn't find for some reason.
Oh yeah, right there.
But we had a bunch of them at my shop, so I
Brandon picked that up for me. I don't do that often, but I am a Batman fan. Try to keep on the down low because everyone gives you shit when you're a Batman fan. And then Doctor Strange Fate. How could you not like combining all the doctors into one? If it was Doctor Strange Fate Doom, the world would explode immediately from all the awesomeness. Morbius Artwright Garage The Elsewhere prints. What is this?
That was one of your free books and something that you won in an auction.
Oh, okay.
It's Mobius.
I don't know. Qui-Gon Jinn. Age of the Republic are good books. This is something. I can't remember what it is.
Yeah. It's Star Wars.
Yeah, I know it's Star Wars. Oh my God. Why did you put this in there?
Because you asked for it. You said you wanted that. I have 2 of them.
I've never had this book before. I didn't know I talked to you about it.
Yeah, I had show you one where I had bought a lot a while back, and it was in there, and I just threw it in there because I have another one.
When I was new to comic books and I was on like everyone's auctions, I got outbid on this book like 15 times. And it was always weird because it was like the book isn't like, some kind of crazy key, but it's just a cool cover. And I was like, how come I'm always getting outbid on this book? So thank you, sir.
Hey, Comics Misexplained. I've seen the trailer for that Morbius movie. If you get to go see the New Mutants movie, there's a trailer for it in there, and it looks good. Like, it doesn't look bad at all. I tried to film it on my phone, but I couldn't get it to work right.
And then what did Dr. Doom become Sorcerer Supreme? There is I can't remember if it's Dr. Doom, Doctor Strange, or if it's I can't remember which story it is. There's one where they all meet up to see who gets to become the Sorcerer Supreme, and he barely lost. What is this?
Oh, that's at one of my shops. They put those on there so no one will steal the comics. Makes no sense.
This is a stealable book.
Yeah, they put it on all their books. Like they spend money to do that, even on their dollar books.
All right, and then Star Wars Allegiance #1, Journey to the Rise of Skywalker. It's a pretty cool one. And then the one that he was for some reason surprised that I got. Secret Wars #1, the variant.
Scotty Young.
Well, yeah, I mean, Scotty. I never said Scotty Young sucked. I just said that he has the greatest scheme in the world. Because I guarantee you, he's a good enough artist where he pumps these things out in about 13 seconds and gets paid a lot of money to do it. That's all I've ever said. But I mean, obviously, Doom is on there, so that's the key to it all. And then I bought these. If you have not seen it, I unboxed them on a video on my channel. This is the movie version of Cable, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty lifelike. But the one I really got, and I also explained that I didn't actually mean to buy it. This is what happens when you have children. I put this on my cart because I want to know the price because it wasn't labeled at Target, and I couldn't find little beep bop boop boop. So I went to go check out because the kids were like, bah, 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 bah. They were like arguing with each other. I just scanned it and paid for it. And then I said, holy Jesus, when I got home, because it's like $40 or something. And everybody knows I'm a cheap son of a gun. I would not have paid that for. But that being said, it is actually pretty cool. You get all the heads and hands and stuff. So it's the Magneto Professor X.
That's just what you need in a toy is extra hands.
I don't understand the extra hand things. I really do. I mean, I guess if you wanted to have one holding and then one like, but other than that, I don't know about why there's so many extra hands.
He just needs one to put to his temple.
Yeah, he does too. He comes like that, so I don't know. But yeah, I also show that I have another probably the very first toy. And is when I started to get back into comics, I saw how cool those statues were, that you see at comic book shops and stuff. And I never actually looked at the price of them. So I actually went up and I pointed to the guy. I was like, yeah, I think I want to get that statue. And he goes, which one? And as he said which one, I actually saw that they were like $200 or $300. And so I was like, oh, I don't know yet. Let me keep thinking about it. Because that was the first time I actually looked at the price. And then when I turned around to like leave immediately and out of embarrassment because I didn't pay attention, I saw it was another cable. And now I can't remember what company it was. But it was just like this, but it had like a little statue base and everything. And I was like, shit, that's close enough. And it was like $10.
Yeah.
So that is my pickups for the week.
That was all the books that I sent you?
No. There's a bunch, but I got to spread them out, baby, because I don't.
I was gonna say I thought I sent a lot more than that. I got like half a box already filled here for you from the last time.
Yeah, I got to spread them out.
Oh, you don't want to give it all to him at once. You gotta
ease it into them. You gotta tap. You can't just shove it all in like that. You gotta
say half whole. Half whole.
So yeah, that is that. I don't have any other books to show. Did you buy anything else?
Oh no, not comic related. No, I don't think I bought anything. I did go through like the rest of my records, but I don't have them in here. All those records I bought a couple weeks ago, I went through and pulled out all the ones I'm going to keep. And I pulled out a whole bunch. Like I went through them with my mom. I got my mom into collecting vinyl a few years back, like basically reliving her like youth through the music. And so like she took almost all of them, but we went through anything she didn't want and I didn't want. I ended up selling to a guy I work with. So I was able to get more than like 4 times what I paid for them out of just what little bit was left over. Cause I only paid $6 for like 500 records. And I got a bunch of those. Though. I can show them next week if anybody like really wants to see them, but there's a bunch of good stuff in there. There's like everything from like Mike and the Mechanics to like Deep Purple, like freaking so much stuff. It's all across the board.
Here's a thing about some of those BK clubs thing. Right now, at least at my McDonald's, it is Marvel toy in the Happy Meals. Now, I do buy toys, and no matter what anybody says, 90% of the time, not this though. This is mine, the one I just showed. Most of them for the kids, most of them for the boys. There is a drawback to that though, because the boys think that it's fun to buy toys with dad. So now they're harassed all the time by going to McDonald's because they want to get those Marvel toys for dad. I do not want McDonald's toys. Like I don't know what I would do with them. I think they'd go in a drawer and rot, and then the wife would throw a fit because there's too much stuff in the house. So I keep diverting their attention and tell them how poor we are and we can't afford those Happy Meals.
You keep them forever, and then you sell them at a yard sale.
Well, yeah, maybe, but I don't need that. But that's the only downfall.
Dang it! I dropped my phone again. Do you want to see some cool McDonald's toys?
I'm afraid that's Iron Maiden. That's not.
This is one of the albums that was in there. So I paid $6 for all them records. This is worth at least $6 to me for one record.
See,
so anything else was a profit. No, I have these cool these McDonald's thing. Like there's a Batman one. See, it's like the display for the Happy Meals. Then I have those two. I got the X-Men and the Spider-Man one where it's all the toys.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to find a way to talk you into send that to me, but then it was obvious you were liking it a little too much. So I never.
Yeah, I had to build like frames for them so that they wouldn't flop around. But I still have one. I have one other one. It's Transformers. It's a Transformers / My Little Pony. But it's missing one of the My Little Ponies on it, so I don't have it hanging up. But I'm always looking for this certain My Little Pony from McDonald's so that I can make it complete and then I can hang it up.
Yes, dope Iron Maiden. I said this one other time we showed Iron Maiden. When I was a little kid, my uncles used to really be in music in the 80s, obviously, in the bands, and they had like life size. I forgot what we said it last time what his name was, but that character in Iron Maiden, the skeleton looking guy,
Eddie.
Yeah, Eddie. They had a full size like 6 foot tall poster of him on the back of their door and a bunch of other ones, and it scared the shit out of me as a kid. I would never go. And I think once they realized, because my dad had me when he was like 16, so his brothers were. My dad's the oldest one, so his brothers were a lot younger. So I was only 10 years less than them. So once they found out that those things scared the shit out of me, I don't even know if they like Iron Maiden that much, but I knew they started fucking spreading all over their walls as much as they could. Every chance they had, they put another Iron Maiden poster up.
Yeah, I used to love Iron Maiden.
What was that snake one?
The snake one?
Yeah.
That's Alice Cooper.
Oh, that's right. You showed that before.
No, these are just, I've showed all these on the shows before just because they're just still sitting here. This is one of my favorite ones I got, though. This is an Alice Cooper album. It came in this cardboard box. Like it's just a regular weird cardboard box. And for it to still be complete, like it's still got everything in it. And like it's just pretty crazy that that's still all there together. But yeah, these are all albums. I showed these a week or so ago on the show. When I first got them, I got 2 watermelon crates, which are big wooden boxes. They're like 3.5 foot long and then the width of a record. So I got 2 of those that were completely full. And then I got like 1 milk crate that was full of records. I paid $6 for the whole collection at a yard sale. And like 90% of the stuff was just freaking awesome, 80s rock music, like a lot of heart, or if you like the band Yes, I had like every Yes album in there. And I don't listen to them, but my mom sure was excited about them. She said, I want them all. I don't have any Yes on vinyl.
Jackpot. Jackpot. You hit the Yes motherload.
Yeah, that Alice Cooper, it comes like that. Yeah, brand new. It was in the cardboard. It would have been wrapped in plastic, but I'm actually considering, like on my Instagram selling page, I've been considering putting up some albums for sale because I got like this freaking For Those About to Rock album. I have like 2 or 3 of those, and I don't need that many of one album. So I've been considering selling because there's decent money in vinyl. Like it's just got to be nice and clean. And
AC/DC, aren't they releasing another album like now?
They might be.
I was listening to the radio and I guess I was listening to a sports show too, and one of them were saying that they had I guess around Australia or whatever, they're starting to put all these like stickers of like AC/DC around. And I guess that's how they released one of their other albums too. So
yeah, I think I heard something about them putting out a new album. I mean, first I heard, that like the lead singer had throat cancer and like was never going to sing again. And then they were having freaking Axl Rose sing for him, which actually didn't suck. Like he sings pretty good for AC/DC, but like that would have been horrible if that was going to be like a permanent fix. God, that would have sucked. But yeah, I think I heard somebody tell me that they were putting out a new album soon. I like their old stuff. I don't know. Their new stuff, their last album wasn't half bad, but
doesn't their new stuff and old stuff kind of sound the same though? Like
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the newest album that they put out had songs on it that sounded a lot like their old stuff.
I mean, if we're being honest, I mean, I know rock music, but I would know more about like Wu-Tang Clan or something than I would know about AC/DC probably.
I got some Wu-Tang on vinyl too.
I told you I almost bought
Wu-Tang Clan, man. It ain't nothing to fuck with.
I told you I almost bought the 36 chambers. Like, I don't even have a record player. And I walked around Walmart for like 10 minutes, and I was like, I'm gonna buy this, but I don't even have a record player, so I put it back.
Yeah, don't buy that. Well, I mean, I guess that's new enough that it's gonna be all. There's not gonna be any on old vinyl. The new vinyl is different than the old vinyl, and like for me, like I don't buy any newly pressed vinyl because most of my record players don't like it. They don't want to play it well. Anybody that's watched my channel, like I play those superhero, power records, and I have this old timey frickin' record player.
Why did he hire a hitman? What reason would he need to hire a hitman?
This is my record player that I use the most, and it won't play new vinyl one bit. It hates it.
Why isn't it just a needle on some?
It's made different. It's grooved different. I don't know if it's got deeper grooves or what it is, but it skips all over the place when I put it on there. But anything old, it plays it like just like a dream. Like it works good. I have I should say I found somebody had pitched it in their garbage. I found like probably like 20 crates, like milk crates. You know, the milk crate that holds records is a different shape than a regular milk crate, but I just call them milk crates. But I found like 20 of those. Somebody must have been a DJ, and either they went to all digital and threw out all their albums, or somebody's wife decided that, you know, you need to stop living your dream, daddy. I'm throwing out all your records. Because I mean, I had so many good hip hop albums that I pulled out of that collection. Somebody had just thrown them all away, so I got them all for free. And they were all newer vinyl. They play good on like my Techniques, but they don't play for shit on my record player that I usually listen to stuff on. Like,
let me tell you something. First off, Comic Explain, Ghostface Killer. So next to me where is our helper? Because he should have already told me. Speaking of my work, next to us at the iSource, there is a place called Verizon Wireless, and they go through staff a lot. And so, like, a lot. I can't even tell how many employees they've had.
If you're going to tell me Ghostface Killer works there now, I'm going to shit.
Yeah, but not the real Ghostface Killer, obviously. So they started coming over and introducing themselves all the time, and I told them that I'm not going to know their names because they're not there long enough. So I've given them all Wu-Tang Clan members. Oh. I know a lot of the Wu-Tang members. So this one girl's name is like, I don't even know her name now. Risa or something like that.
Rizza?
So she's Rizza, of course.
You call her the Rizza?
Yeah, Rizza. And she's been there the longest too. And so when she comes over, I'm like, and she's always like,
"You're such a racist."
She's a white girl, by the way.
Well, I guess that makes it all better.
Yeah. Well, because there's enough of them where I was thinking, how am I going to remember all their names? And so I was just like, I'm just going to assign them Wu-Tang names, and then they can deal with it. I don't like it.
That's genius.
I mean, if they said like,
when you go up, hey, what's up, Rizza?
First off, they're all like. So they probably don't even know what the hell I'm saying when I call one of them Ghostface Killer, and they looked at me weird. And then like the older guy who's there, he's cool. He laughed his ass off, and the rest of them, they're all 18. They have no idea what I'm saying. They probably think I'm talking like gibberish.
Who's that?
Yeah. So, but anyway, yeah, and so now I'm mostly doing it in my head because I was like, I'll just call her the RZA. But there's the RZA. She's been there longest. And I call her the RZA. My kids call her the RZA too. So you go, oh look, it's RZA. Like, yeah, it is.
The RZA.
But speaking of that, I want to thank today's sponsor, the iSource in beautiful Frisco, Texas. Come for all your eye care needs.
Are you going to do the jingle?
I am not. The iSource. All right, I'll do it. Go. When your eye sore, go to the iSource. The wife's good. I'm glad she doesn't watch this because she'd be pissed. She hates that.
That's beautiful. We're gonna get copyright knock for that for sure. I was totally biting some Johnny Cash right there.
Well, all right. Well, I think that's it. You got anything else other than maybe you want to hit up your By the way, this is going pretty soon because I can't take it anymore.
It looks dandy.
And it's getting a little dreadlocky in the back here, and
I want to see what you look like with cornrows.
You're not the only person in my life that has asked me what I look like with cornrows. A lot of people have offered to.
I mean, dude, seriously, if you're gonna cut your hair off, if you're gonna get rid of all of it, put it in cornrows first. Come on the live show, have it in cornrows. One show, what's it gonna hurt?
Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants.
If I was allowed, like I've asked 100,000 times for cornrows, my wife won't let me have them.
That's a good thing. She's a good wife. Yeah, no, I have. There's been several people offered to do cornrows, and I have said no every time. First off, my head is way too sensitive for cornrows. See, look at here. See,
right there you go. You got glitter and duct tape so that she'll braid your hair.
If we ever meet up, I will let you. I will let you do that.
He's got the gold chains already, Dan.
Gold chains is here.
The gold chains. You got the do-rag you can put on. All you got to do is get you a couple nickel bags and stand on the corner. You'll be a rich man.
See, and then you just got to know how, when you have hair like this, you just go like this, and then it, poof, see? And then it's back to where it needs to be.
My hair, my wife always tells me I have hair like McDreamy from ER. And
Wow.
so, like, I keep this hat on all the
Me
time
too.
because I'm not that dude.
I have never been accused of having hair like anyone else. No one's ever said you have hair just like that. It doesn't happen. No one's ever said that to me before. So what show do you have coming up so we can?
Yeah, well, tomorrow is the Symbiote Comic Book Club Tuesday night auction. That happens every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And we go out there and we auction off the best comic books available on YouTube at bargain prices. There's no comment in there. That's all one statement. Okay. So come out. You don't even have to like bring your credit card. Just bring your debit card. That's how cheap they are. That's how good a deal as you can get. Like you can spend your regular bank account money during the middle of the week and you won't even sweat it. And if somebody does, try and outbid you, then you go out, you get the chase card out and, you show them what time it is. But it's pretty awesome. So that's tomorrow night, 7 p.m. That's on my channel. And then on Friday, I'm going to also have the bin sale that we did earlier today. We do that again on Friday from 7 to 10 also. And that's all claim books. So you just claim the letter, you get the book. Put up a bunch of, like filler books, cool covers, just a couple dollars. And just pick up books you like, cool stuff. Sometimes we'll have like Parker puts up, like older key books that are in lower grade. So they're a little bit more affordable, but they're still good books. And like he'll do $10, $15 rounds. Most of my runs are $2, $3. Just cool looking books.
You're going to get great books from Parker, there's no doubt, but you're also going to get either a lesson of why comic books, this book is for sale, or two, why he's selling it to you because it's a garbage book and people like it when it shouldn't be. But you're definitely going to get an opinion from Parker if you've never been to one of his auctions. He will tell you what he thinks about the book, even if he's not able to.
It's worth going there just to hear Parker rant. So these are some of the books that didn't sell today. And I'll try and flip through them really quick if I can. I don't have a really good way to do it. Here, I'll split it in half. That way I can hold them all. So like you got some Catwoman. You got Catwoman. You got this Birds of Prey. It's got a reflection on the boobies. You got this Bondage Supergirl cover. I bought all these. They're all cover buys. Another Bondage Supergirl. You got like Wonder Woman. You got some other, and these were all like $2. Like you put them all up, $2. And, they're not beat up though. This one's not in the greatest shape, but this is kind of a weird book. Not easy to find if somebody wanted it. So like stuff like that, you're going to get stuff like that for $2. And, like I put up $2 and $3 books. The $3 books are usually like either a lower grade, minor key, a really low grade old book, like a 12-cent. I had a 12-cent Teen Titans book. It was like number 6 or something like that in my $2 round. And it lasted for a long, long time. Nobody wanted it. I had 2 copies of this. I sold one today. But yeah, these were all in the $2 round. You got some Land. That's pretty cool. And another Catwoman book. So all these were just in the $2 books. And with stuff like that. And everybody's putting up other stuff. But it's fun. We go in there, we cut up, and have a good time. And sell books. Make money to support our collecting
habit, problem, addiction.
Many loves Adobe Gillis doesn't come cheap.
Or Ryan Reynolds crap ass shit up there. Anyways, we thank you guys for coming out to another. This is the 60th episode of The Hunters. We appreciate it. Who would have thought we would have done it, Ma? But we did it. We made it all the way to 60. So thank you very much, and we will catch you guys next time.
Bye-bye.